Alright. What is going on YouTube? It is your boy White Album here, and I'm back on some more Holy Night. Hopefully you guys are having a great Christmas weekend. I know I am. You know, being Latino, I've already celebrated Christmas. Tomorrow is just a free day. But to everybody else, Merry Christmas, or, you know, Merry Christmas Eve. Hopefully you guys, again, are having a great weekend. A little treat for me, actually, is that I actually finally got my physical copy of this game from PlayAsia. You know, I had intended to actually start this playthrough a little bit earlier when I got that copy, but it actually took a bit longer than I expected it to come in, so I just got the digital version. But now I have the physical copy, so that's a nice little one up there. But I think the last time we left off, let's see, we met Toby Maru, and he was talking about what happened a year ago before Sojiro showed up to the school. So without any further ado, let's get going. Let's start it right now. Alright, let's quick load, baby. Oh fuck, well I have to skip some of this stuff. I might have to. Yeah. Yep. Alright, there we go. Went down as... Alright. So this has happened a year ago, so we're finally getting some little backstory about her. It says, it went down when Ozaki was a freshman. Everybody was new to high school, so nobody knew what anyone was, her included. She was a total babe. I mean, just look at her. All the guys were crazy for her. Little did they know that soon after they would go crazy for an entirely different reason. The first couple months, the school descended into chaos. You gotta remember that early on in the year, no one cared about class hierarchy. So tons of guys were fighting themselves over her. It was insane. Just getting anywhere near Ozaki was next to impossible. I don't understand. Why would that happen? Because that's what happens when 100 guys like the same girl. Duh. It would have taken Ozaki 3 months just to have lunch with them all individually. So people decided to fight over who got to ask her out. Goddamn, was she that popular, bro? I mean, I'm pretty sure there was other girls at the school, bro. Like, is this like a Negima situation where it's like the one opposite gender in a fucking school full with the rest? Like, if you don't understand Negima, it was like the teacher was a male at an all-girl school. Which, ironically, he was a wizard, so that's funny that I bring that up here. Let's turn my mic down just a bit. There we go. They're all Thank you, Toby Maru. They're all a bunch of losers, if you ask me. What happened next is the juicy part. Ooh, how juicy. Those who emerged from the conflict unscathed made their move. And though she might not seem like it, she's the type who likes to put a guy down lightly, you know, because of their sincerity and courage or whatever. At any rate, she rejected all comers as politely as she could. Oh, is this where she started to get her reputation? The lady in red. But there was one guy who couldn't take a hint. He was a third year who just refused to give up. Uh-oh. Bro, you're like a third year. You're like in the 11th grade going after a freshman. Cringe, brother. Maybe it was a little bit nuts. It's hard to see if any other way at this point. Incidentally, Tobimaru decided to gloss over the fact that this student was also the former student council president. But he didn't keep it only at school. Later he started following her at home. Ooh, that's creepy. That must have been the last straw, because Ozaki wigged out. She sent him packing in ways I'm not comfortable repeating out loud. Oh man, she did some CBT, bro. Oh, that's a foot. The conclusion? The student didn't just request a transfer. He tucked tail and left Misaki completely. Aozaki was sentenced to a month of house arrest. It came to be known as the Bloody Town Hall Incident. I mean, he was stalking her, so I mean... Let's be honest here. She could tell you more than I can, but I wouldn't recommend asking her. Ask the school newspaper editor instead. She loves a bit of gossip. Quick pause here. I've been meaning to ask this. Does anybody know Tobimaru's voice actor? Like, he sounds so familiar to me. I just can't put my tongue on it. Like, then I haven't had the chance to actually look him up, but yeah, he just sounds so familiar to me, man. I have no clue. I'm about to check it out after this recording, but yeah, I don't know. I can't pinpoint his voice actor, man. I'd like to know.
Tobimaru.
His face. Tobimaru, I get the feeling you're not telling me everything. Hey, you'd do the same if you were me. I may be the board chairman's son and all, but some things scare even me, and I want to graduate in one piece. The One Piece is real. You want me to freak out every time I see a girl in a school uniform? Sojiro tilted his head to the side in confusion. Tobimaru had lost him with that comment. Well, whatever. What is it about Aozaki that you like anyway? Her big forehead. He tilted his head again, this time to the other side. Whoa, are you really that hot for her? Because if your heart pounds in her presence, that could be caused by fear, you know? Tell me you aren't stupid enough to like her for no good reason. He tilted his head even further. What Tobimaru was saying sounded off, but Sojiro decided not to press the matter. All the more because he found many of his own emotions towards Aoko Aozaki to be incomprehensible. Yeah, it's kind of strange to be honest. I don't even know her that well. That was because they had not truly spoken to each other since the day she showed him around. Every time Sojiro tried to talk to her, she immediately got up and left. As fate would have it, they ended up working together that recent Sunday, but made it only idle chatter on the way and back.
誰かの視線を感じて振り返ってみると、いつ失敗するかを心配して見ている人がいる。
There's something you don't know either, Tobimaru. Sometimes I feel someone's gaze on me, and when I turn around to see who it is, she's there, looking like she's worried about me. That'll mess up.
飛び丸の言う通り、ただ廊下で俺を見かけて単に監視していただけなのかもしれない。本当は俺のことなんて気にせず素通りしたいのかもしれない。
I'll know what you say. She just happened to see me in the hallway and was keeping an eye on me. Maybe she secretly wishes she could ignore me when we pass each other.
けど、どんな種類であれ、彼女の心配は本物だ。
But whatever the reason, I believe her concern is genuine.
それに、ここが一番大事だと思うんだけど。
And that's the most important thing about all this.
実際の話、青崎のそういうところのおかげで、俺は助かっていたりするんだ。
I believe that nature of hers has helped me out repeatedly. His tone was measured and sincere. Tobimaru sighed with a tinge of regret. Tingle. If not for those words, he could have introduced Sojiro to a more suitable girl, with whom he could have lived out the rest of his school days in peace. He never went to such lengths for his other friends. Generally speaking, if it was some benefit to him, he was unafraid exploiting another. If there were no use, he didn't bother getting involved with them. That was how Tobimaru Tsukiji operated. Sojiro happened to be the type of person who provided no benefit to Tobimaru, yet somehow sparked him in a desire to help. It was not that friendship was completely alien to him. He just didn't have many people he felt that close to. So if Sojiro had really fallen for Aoko, it was not his place, as a friend, to try and change his mind.
やれやれ。結局、惚れてるやつには理由なんていらねえんだな。
Well, I guess it's true that love knows no reason. That was love fuck. It's love knows no bounds. So I was trying to say. I wouldn't say there's no reason for it. I can think of at least one. One at least. I thought she was beautiful the moment I first laid eyes on her.
Huh?
Huh? Tobimaru's shoulders slumped.
なんだあんだけ恥ずかしいセリフ言っといて、要は外見に惚れてますな。結局見てくれかよ、宗次郎。
After all that, you just like her for her looks? Listen to yourself, Sojiro.
綺麗なものに見とれるのはいいことじゃないのか？
What's wrong with appreciating beauty?
自分を綺麗に見せる努力をしているんだから、外見から内面を判断するのはそんなおかしな話じゃないと思う。
I don't think there's anything wrong with judging someone by the physical appearance they had worked so hard to create. That sounded like sophism to Tobimaru, but he had no counterpoint to offer.
しょうがねえ。わかったよ。この話はもうやめよう。その字が誰をてめえの女にするか、俺の知ったことじゃねえし。
Alright, I get it. I'll let it go. It's none of my business who you go after anyway. Now, about the one major thing that Tobimaru had been mistaken about this whole conversation. Namely, that Sojiro was not head over heels in love with Aoko, and I hoped to go steady with her. He merely liked her as a person. Nobody could have foreseen the massive calamity that would be caused by the simple misunderstanding.
だがよ、一つだけ忠告しておくぜ、宗次郎。
I've got just one piece of advice for you, Sojiro.
青崎は喧嘩をした相手だろうと別に嫌うわけじゃない。逆に言えば親切にしたって別に好かれるわけでもない。いい例が俺だ。
Just because Ozaki fights with someone doesn't mean she hates them. And just because she's nice to someone doesn't mean she likes them. I'm a prime example of that. Oof. Damn. Rip in peace, my friend. He spoke with a pained sigh, as if opening old wounds from the past.
そうか。
I see. What happened?
おう、昔な、あいつがあんまりに独善的だったんで、つい手を上げかけちまったことがある。
Long story short, she used to be really full of herself, and I once tried to hit her. Alrighty, maybe that's why she doesn't fucking like you, you dick.
半年前の夏だ。1年もあいつと生徒会やってたもんだから、俺も女っつうより 戦友って気になっててな。
It happened last summer. I've already been working with her in the student council for a year at that point. I saw her more like a fellow soldier in the trenches than as a girl.
つい勢いで平手打ちをしようと右手を上げた。我ながら4番バッターも格也という腰のひねり。確かな実感とともに俺は勝利を確信したもんさ。
Can I read? Thank you. One day, I lost my temper and I took a swing at her. Okay. I like to think I've got a mean right hook and I slugged her pretty good, so I thought I won that round. Man. Oof, alrighty. I don't think you just admit to somebody you just knew that you fucking hit a girl. But hey, that's all on him. He had a distant look in his eyes as his words trailed off.
翌日になって、こりゃ完全に敵扱いされたなと覚悟して生徒会室に行ってみりゃ、青崎はいつも通りだった。
The next day, when I came to the student council room, I thought she'd be spoiling for a fight, but she was the same as always.
で、以来あいつと俺は会長と副会長で収まってる。
And since then, we've simply continued working together as president and vice president. Sojiro sighed at his story. He then said, with absolute confidence,
今の話を総合すると、君は単にのろけたいのか?
So you just wanted to brag about how close you two are? Clearly had missed the point entirely.
なわけあるか! 今の話のどこに甘酸っぱい要素があんだよ!
Are you kidding me? How in the hell did you come to that conclusion after hearing a story like that? Yeah, I gave her that Mike Tyson fucking right hook and...
俺としちゃ、あいつを女として見なくなった決定的な事件だったんだがね。
I'm telling you, from that day forward, I could never see her again as a woman. Okay. I mean, that's fine. Shit. I mean... There's no problems with that. I mean, you don't have to like every girl you fucking see, right? What the hell?
なんだ、違うのか?
Oh, I was mistaken. A look of disappointment flittered across Sojiro's face. Tobimaro revised his opinion of him. Sojiro was something of a simpleton, but there was something more about him that Tobimaro could not quite place. Fucking simpleton.
とにかくだ。俺が言いたいのは、青崎青子の好き嫌いの基準ってのは普通じゃないってことだ。
Just take it from me. Her standards are anything but normal.
いいことをすれば好かれる。気に入らないことをすれば嫌われる。ってわけじゃねえんだよ。あのお姫様は。
She won't like you for being nice to her, and she won't hate you for being mean to her. That's the kind of princess she is. Sojiro answered that he would keep it in mind as he looked to the clock. They had been talking for a while, and lunch was almost over.
もう君からの話はないか?
Is there anything else you wanted to discuss?
あ?初めからねえよ、そんなの。
Huh? I mean, I didn't have anything to discuss in the first place. Why had Tobimaro even brought him here in the first place? Sojiro tilted his head in wonder, but shook it off to deal with more depressing matters at hand.
よし。じゃあもう少し付き合ってくれ。
Could you stay a
飛び丸に
little?
聞きたいことがあったんだ。
Could you stay a little longer? There's something I wanted to ask you.
Huh?
Yes. Tobimaro sat straight up. Having never seen Sojiro's face look so serious before. Sojiro set aside his rice ball and cleared his throat.
実は昨日、こんなことがあって。
It's about something that happened yesterday. He spoke solemnly. And as carefully as possible, he recounted what had occurred the night before. We finally get into what happened? No, of course. We fucking don't get to see what happened last night. Suzuki, you in here? It was 10 to 12 and lunchtime was quickly coming to an end. Her face popped into Class C, as lively as ever, as if it were an everyday occurrence. Aoka Ozaki announced her presence. While Aoka wasn't part of Class C, she didn't let it bother her as she casually entered the classroom. In contrast, the baby birds who had been so noisily chirping while eating lunch quickly quieted and began to rearrange their seats. Did she call the baby birds? I thought they were talking about real birds, not the students. So I was like, what the hell do birds have to do with anything? The moment it said rearrange their seats, I'm like, oh, the students. That makes sense.
どういう意味よ、それ。
Are they trying to tell me something? She bristled internally before looking around the room. She could not see the male student she had come here to find. He had hardly stood out, so she thought he might be hidden in a corner somewhere, but that appeared to not be the case.
有里くん、出席番号12番のしずきくんは？
Arisata, do you have any idea where Suzuki from seat 12 is? Arisata sounds like Asiago, like chicken. Aoko kept her tone professional.
俺？しずきならさっき飛び丸殿下が連れて行ったよ。
Wait, me? Suzuki left with His Highness Tobimaro a while ago. His Highness, bro. Their student council, man. Come on. I would say that as a joke, not as an actual serious matter, but I mean, whatever you do. I mean, whatever they say, you know? The boy was shocked that she actually knew his name. One might think that the reason students refer to Tobimaro Tsukiji by a royal title was because he was the chairman's son, but it was because he acted like royalty. In fact, the vice president was said to have taken a liking to the title.
飛び丸が？あいつしずきくんと仲いいの？
He's with Tobimaru. Are those two friends or something? I mean, come on now. Sojiro's got to make some friends somehow. Come on. Can't hog them out to yourself there, Aoko. She seemed surprised. The class seemed surprised at her surprise.
いいも悪いも、築地くんが男子と仲良く話してるのって今まで見たことなかったよ、私たち。
No idea. We've never seen Tsukiji be that friendly with another boy before.
あ、木の実くんはバカだから別だけど。
Well, maybe Kanomi, but he's an idiot. So that hardly counts. Damn, bro, they gotta disrespect my boy like that?
そうだよな。初めは殿下もあんまり話してなかったけど、3日もしたら楽しそうに口喧嘩してたもんな。
Yeah, His Highness was slow to warm to him. But since the third day, it's been nothing but friendly arguments.
ま、しずき相手に突っ張っても仕方ないじゃん。あいつ変だけどいいやつだし。
Well, you really can't help but like Man, I fucked that up. Let me start that again. I'm gonna say Tsukiji. That's Tobimaru. Here we go. Well, you really can't help but like Suzuki. He may be a little odd, but it's good people.
そうよね。いい人だもんね、宗十郎くん。
Totally. Sojiro is really nice. Having recomposed themselves, Class C started chatting again. Aoko listened for a bit before turning around and leaving the class with a later. Take a sip of my beverage real quick before the boys start talking. All the Sojiro talk finished as quickly as it had started. Lunchtime was coming to a close in the student council room. Sojiro, having told his story, was smiling in satisfaction. Tobimaru, still sitting across from him, was frowning.
さあ、感想を聞かせてくれ。
So, what do you think? Sojiro told his yarn as best as he could. Tobimaru fingered his brow as if he were angry or concerned.
なあ、ソノジ。お前、人をバカにできるほど器用なやつじゃねえよな。
Sonoji, are you trying to make fun of me? A word of advice. Leave that to us smart people. Huh?
失礼な。器用な方だぞ、俺は。
Take that back. I'm more clever than you think. His response only confirmed Tobimaru's suspicions. It had to be one of two possible conclusions. That what Sojiro had told him was true, or that Sojiro was so tired that he must have been hallucinating all that time. Tobimaru sincerely hoped it was the latter.
宗十郎、率直に言って、俺はお前が気に入っている。
To be honest, Sojiro, you're growing on me.
嘘のない人間なんてのは人間じゃねえ。
Anybody that never lies can't really be considered
俺
human.
は人間嫌いだから、そんなお前さんが気に入ってたりするんだが、そんなやつまで馬鹿げたことを言い出したら、俺は明日から何を頼りに昼飯を食えばいいんだ。
So for a misanthrope like me, I suppose you could say it's easy to like you. But if you're gonna stick Stick to your dumb story. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for lunch starting tomorrow.
学食で食べればいいんじゃないか？
Why not just in the cafeteria? Oh, hold on. Let me make sure that's off. There we go. I don't know why I didn't do that in the first place. Hearing a suggestion, Toby Morrow's face darkened.
わかった。はっきり言おう。それは幻覚だ。
Okay, I'll spell it out for you then. You were hallucinating.
幽霊の正体見たり枯れ尾花ってやつだろうさ。それでも納得いかないってんなら、いい精神科を紹介してやる。
If you still insist you saw a ghost, I'd be more than happy to introduce you to a good psychiatrist.
それが君の感想か。よし、ならいいんだ。
So that's your take on it? Good to know. As bitter as Toby Morrow's words might have sounded to most, Sojiro swallowed them whole.
そりゃ俺だって神隠しの類だと思ったよ。
I already figured out as much. It sounds like a tall tale to me too.
けど、都会じゃもしかしてそれもありなのかもしれないだろ。確かめたかったのはそこなんだ。
Sorry there. I was starting to wonder if it was normal for that kind of thing to go on in a city, so I wanted to hear your opinion. Satisfied, Sojiro finished off his last rice ball and neatly folded the cloth.
おい、すると何か？
Hey, hold on a second.
お前は都会の人間は口から火を吹いたり、腕が伸びたりするのが普通だと思ったのか？
You didn't actually think it was normal for people in the city to breathe fire or extend their arms like they were made of rubber, did you?
まあ普通じゃないけど、特別でもないんじゃないかと思ったんだ。
Well, not normal, as much as within the realm of possibility.
ここは山にないものが溢れている。何でもありの場所だ。だからそれぐらいやってのける人だってもしかしているのかなと。
This city is full of extraordinary things we don't have up in the mountains. I thought it might have some extraordinary people as well. That his face was serious as it was made Toby Morrow realize just how big a culture shock Sojiro must have been experiencing. Living up in the mountains with no electricity, in a place where the night sky was where the night sky was as it always had been, where humans were just one more organism in nature's garden. It makes sense that those conditions would create a boy like him. The idea of children growing up so pure was an appealing one. But maybe it was natural to forego civilization when your population was so small. Or perhaps it was so simple a world that excessive knowledge was deemed irrelevant. It was precisely because city life offered him so much that was impossible up until now that he had come to the conclusion that anything was possible here.
安心しろ。確かにこっちにはたちの悪い奴らばっかりだけどな。そんな魔法使いみたいな奴はいねえよ。
Relax. The city might have its share of shady guys, but none of them are magicians in disguise.
そうだといいんだけど。
I hope you're right, man. But Sojiro seemed unsure. And on Toby Morrow's part, there were things to Sojiro's story that he found hard to swallow. Whether true or not, the incident Sojiro had described was disturbing.
まあ、事の真偽というか、どんな間違いでそう見えたかは置いておいてだ。
For the time being, let's assume what you say actually happened.
結果だけ見れば、うちの生徒が夜の公園で人を殺したってことになる。しかも双方控えめに表現しても普通じゃねえ。
That would ultimately mean that one of our students killed someone in a park last night, and that neither of the parties involved were normal. As a newcomer to town, Sojiro assumed that everyone his age was a student at the school. For better or worse, he was right.
一人は火炎放射器を持って、もう一人は、まあなんだ、なぎなたでも持ち出したのか、刃物らしきものが何メートルも伸びたときた。
One of them was equipped with a flamethrower, while the other had a naginata, or at least a bladed weapon resembling one that was a good few feet in length. Sojiro bobbed his head up and down as he listened to the disbelief in Toby Morrow's voice. Hearing it repeated by someone else, he could see how someone might think he was taking them off for a ride.
正気を疑うな。尋常じゃないぞその話。
Look, I'm not crazy. It really did happen, like I said.
宗十郎、お前、実は俺をからかってんだろ。
Come on, man. Give it to me straight, Sojiro. You're pulling my leg, aren't you?
いや、全く。
Nope, I'm not.
けどまあ都会にはそんな人間はいないんだろ
But I get it. There's no one in the city who can do that, right?
なら飛び丸の言う通り夢でも見てたんだここのところアルバイトと試験が重なって辛くて
If not, I was probably just hallucinating like you said. Working part-time while studying for exams has been pretty tiring. Winter break was just around the corner, and the end of term exams were but a week away. Both were proving formidable opponents for Sojiro.
俺は基本ができてないから人の倍程度の勉強じゃ追いつけないほら勉強ばかりしているとノイローゼをするんだろ
I don't even know the basics. So I need to study twice as hard as everyone else. I mean, anyone would start to lose it if they did nothing but study, right?
そりゃするんじゃなくてなるものだが、まあ、何にせよ、やりすぎ飲みすぎはよくねえわな。試験前ぐらいはバイト減らしたらどうだ?
I wouldn't say you're losing it, but you're definitely pushing yourself too hard. Maybe cut back on work a bit until the exams are over.
減らしてはいるんだけどね年末ってアルバイトを休む人も多くてその代行も頼まれがちだし
I try to cut back, but a lot of people take off at the end of the year, so they often ask me to fill in for their shifts. He shrugged helplessly. It was obvious from his words that he'd been busy. Even if he was not going crazy, lack of sleep could have caused him to daydream, even if this all did go down in the middle of the night.
なんだか大変そうだな、宗十郎。
Sounds tough, Sojiro.
ああ実はかなり参ってる都会の暮らしは深刻だ
Yeah, city life's been exhausting. Sojiro nodded with a pained look on his face. What was strange, however, was that he did not look the least bit tired.
泣き言言わねえのは感心するけどな。お前、新郎は顔に出ないたちか?
I'm impressed. You never complain about it. You always look like nothing's bothering you at all.
そりゃ新郎はどこも痛まないからね
That's just because it isn't bad enough to bother me. As he answered, Sojiro looked up at the clock on the wall. There you go. Lunchtime was almost over.
飛び丸時間だ
Tobimaru, the time.
ああ、もうそんなに経ったか。気にせず先に行ってていいぜ。俺はまだ用があるからよ。
Really? It's that late already? You can go on ahead then. I still have things to do. Sojiro watched as Tobimaru made a gesture that seemed layman to the life of a student council member. His eyes looked as if they were looking at a piece of art and not understanding its value.
授業をサボれる身分っていうのは羨ましいな
I'm jealous that you could just skip class whenever you want.
そういうの飛び丸が嫌いな手抜きじゃないのか
I would have thought you were a stickler for the rules.
そりゃ誤解も甚だしい。俺の欠席は手抜きじゃねえ。特権ってやつだと言ったろ。
How many times I have to tell you? It's not skipping when I've got special permission. The vice president angrily defended himself as he stood up. The transfer student merely gazed at him, unfazed.
おいおい、あれだけ説明したのに全然分かってなかったのか?
Hey, you're not honestly implying you still don't understand after all that, are you?
しょうがねえ。まず座れ。いいか、その字。
Oh well, just sit down and listen, Sonoji.
常人を上回る英気と幸運を兼ね備えながら、座することなく精進してきた俺でも、ここを卒業しちまえば裸一貫になっちまうんだぞ。
I was granted talent and luck beyond that of most people, but I always put in the work. But once I leave here, I'm on my own. Now do you get it?
ひでえ話だ。
I'm sick of explaining this to people.
てめえの家柄を活用できんのはあと1年ちょいだけなんだぜ。これの一体どこが羨ましいってんだ。
My family status will only keep me afloat for one more year. What about that could you possibly envy?
普通一生続くはずの親の七光ってやつが、俺の場合はたった3年間しかねえんだからな。
Most people can live off privilege for the rest of their lives, but the best I get is 3 measly years.
となりゃ、有効なうちに使っておかなきゃ、 もったいなくておちおち眠ってもいられねえ。
So I have to take advantage of what I have while I have it.
ああ、嫌だ嫌だ。何が嫌かって、バカどもとガン首並べて金勘定するのが嫌だ。たく、嫉妬渦巻く大人の世界じゃ、俺のオブラートみたいな心なんてパックリ飲まれて溶けちまうこと受け合いだろうさ。
Just the thought of having to count beans like the rest of the idiots out there gets me livid. The adult world is going to kill me. The envy alone will be enough to destroy my fragile heart. Oh. Okay, I see you. While he must have been joking, Sojiro took his tone to be completely sincere. I love Sojiro. Blissfully unaware. He listened as he envied Tobimaru's ability to be so open about his feelings. From his frame of reference, there was nothing he could do but take Tobimaru for his word. When...
あら、そんな権利なんて留年すればいくらでも引き延ばせるのに。なんなら協力してあげましょうか。この私でよろしければ。
If you're looking to extend your privileges, why not stay in school? I'd be more than happy to arrange that for you. The door to the student council room flew open, washing away Sojiro's half-hearted responses to his friend. The frosty statement destroyed the warmth atmosphere of the room. It also marked the abrupt end to Tobimaru Tsukiji's reign there.
いや、いい。自分の夢は自分の力だけで叶えようと常々思ってるんだ。
No, I just meant that our dreams are something we should take hold of ourselves.
そなら今みたいな恥ずかしいこと力説しないでね。廊下にまで聞こえてたわよ、副会長さん。
Really? Then why not spend more time on that than this pathetic display? I could hear you all the way from the hallway, Mr. Vice President. Not missing a beat, Aoko Ozaki stepped inside the room. Her dark hair was slightly disheveled as she had been running. Her gaze missed the sitting Sojiro entirely and was focused completely on the ranting vice president.
頑張れ、Tobimaru.
Good luck, Tobimaru. Sojiro quietly got up to head back to his classroom.
割と薄情なんだな、お前って。
That's cold, man. Tobimaru grumbled in front of Aoko.
だって時間がない。
But it's almost time for class.
だから、そういうのが薄情とだな。
You're just proving my point. He cut himself off. Aoko briefly shifted her gaze to Sojiro.
時間がないのは私も同じよ。あなたにはいつも振り回される。
It's not like I have time for this either, you know. It feels like I'm always having to clean up after you. Not a complaint. It was her honest opinion.
なんだ？要件は宗十郎かよ。
Wait, you're here for Sojiro?
安心なさい。あなたにもあるから。
Don't worry. I'll deal with you next.
ん？
Her eyes shimmered with a murderous glee. It was slightly different from the more sullen gaze to which Tobimaru had grown accustomed. For whatever reason, Aoko's mood seemed worse than usual.
しずきくん、あなた、走るのと泳ぐの、どっちが好き？
Suzuki, which do you prefer? Running or swimming? I honestly prefer none of those, but I like both sometimes. Actually, I prefer swimming, if I'm being honest. Aoko asked abruptly. Sojiro frowned a little before saying he was fine with either one.
ダメよ。一つにして。
That won't do. Pick one.
泳ぐ方かな。けど、どうして？
Swimming, I guess. Why do you ask?
あなたがまだどこの部にも所属してないから。
Because you still haven't joined a club. A succinct reply. One that left no room for Sojiro to object.
うちの校則読んだわよね。生徒はただ一人の例外もなく、部活動に参加しなくてはならない。
You read the school regulations. All students must participate in club activities.
正直どうかと思う校則だけど、決まりは決まりだから。
I'm not the biggest fan of it myself, to be honest. But a rule is a rule.
そんな無茶な。悪いけど、そこまでの暇はないんだ。
That's crazy. How could I possibly find the time for that?
でしょうね。
How indeed? Quit your part-time job, I guess. An equally terse response. She was typically to the point, but Tobimaro got the impression that she was impressively trying to keep her interaction with Sojiro short. They stared at each other in silence. Tobimaro stood breathlessly silent on the sidelines until Sojiro broke the impasse.
青崎は分かってると思ってた。
I thought you of all people would understand, Aozaki.
あ、いや違う。きっと分かっているんだな。
I mean, of course you do.
うん。だから、そこが強いんだろうね。
That's what makes you strong. Alright, I think I missed the point here so far. Sojiro stood up from his seat. He walked past Aoko and into the hallway.
それ、明日からでいいんだろ?
Do you mind if I start tomorrow?
しずきくんがいいならね。
Whatever works for you, Shizuki. He did his best to force a smile before leaving the student council room. So I guess he's swimming now? While watching the events play out, Tobimaro found himself deeply impressed with Sojiro. He could tell from Aoko's behavior that she was trying not to get a rise out of Sojiro. Sojiro, on the other hand, was none the wiser to what Aoko was doing, so he simply went about his way. To Tobimaro, it was hard to believe that Sojiro had not taken offense. All he observed was the performance of a lifetime in Sojiro as he maintained a poker face.
いや、でも何が強いんだろうな、会長。
The kid has some balls, huh, Prez? He looked at Aoko curiously. Fucking face. Oh, I love her. Aoko stood completely still, staring at the wall.
Aozaki?
Hey, Aozaki. Aoko showed no response.
おい、会長。Aozaki。青子女子。おい、聞いてんのかよ、青崎青子。
Yo, President. Earth to Aozaki. Come in. Come in. Lady Aoko? I'm talking to you, Aoko Aozaki.
さいはね、青を呼ぶな。
Enough with the ow, ow, ow. Already. God! Her fury echoed across the student council room. It was a beautiful sound that could be heard in the hallway and made Tobimaro's rant from earlier pale in comparison.
やかましい。うるせえのはてめえも同じだ。
Look who's talking, Miss Megaphone. Perhaps her shouting was still ringing in his ears, or he was just the type to answer a shout with a shout. But he shot back, reflexively.
そんなんだから男の一人もできねえんだよ、お前は。ほら、目覚めたか?
No wonder you can't get a boyfriend. Do I have your attention now?
別にあなたの声は聞こえてた。煩わしかったから無視してただけよ。黙らせるの面倒だし。
I could hear you before. I was just ignoring you because you were annoying me, and I thought it'd be easier than getting you to shut up.
てめえな、俺は蚊かなんかか、おい。
You've got some nerve. Am I a mosquito to you?
コミュニケーションが成立しない点で言えば、あっちのがまだ上品よね。
A mosquito would offer better company, so no.
ほう、その心は?
Oh? And what exactly does that supposed to mean?
お互い何を言ってるかわからない。意味のない会話なら、仰せみたいなものでしょ?
We never see eye to eye. Talking to you is like going on a date, both pointless activities. Based on that statement, Aoko must have been under the assumption that dating is the act of two lovers whispering nonsense to each other.
問題は、お前にとって意味のある会話ってのがどの程度の価値かってことだが。まあいいか。
Okay. The real question is, what the hell qualifies as company to you? But whatever.
いつになくきついじゃねえか、青崎。
You could, you know, ease off a little from time to time.
ちょっとね。今愛嬌を振りまける状況じゃないのよ。
Always try to smooth things over with that silver tongue of yours.
不思議だ。この 2年間で青崎の愛嬌なんてものは見たことがないんだが。
At least I'm trying. It's like you stopped bothering to be civil 2 years ago.
飛び丸のいない時に振りまいてたの。
I'm always civil. Just not when you're in the same room.
そうかよ。やっぱりあの時のこと恨んでるんだろ。生徒会長さんはよ。
So that's how it is. You're still upset with me for what happened, aren't you? There was only one thing that TYPEMOON could be talking about. The incident that occurred in the student council room this past summer.
え？ずいぶんと昔の話じゃないそれ。
Isn't that ancient history at this point? Nah, bro. She's ready when he's not paying attention, bro. She's gonna just mollywop him, bro. Like, it's gonna happen, and I'm ready for it. It probably won't, but like, just imagine you're sitting there minding your own business and you just get fucking folded like an omelet, man.
そんなどうでもいいことに容量を使っちゃもったいないわよ。ただでさえ脳の覚醒部分が少ないのに。
Don't you think you should stop wasting brain power on this? I mean, you've got so few brain cells to work with as it is. Damn, bro. She said you got 2 brain cells and they're both fighting for third. As the conversation wore on, Aoko's murderous fuck. I always try to say Aurora. That's not it. Aoko's murderous aura began to fade, and her sharp gaze gave way to the calmer demeanor rarely seen from her. It was quite possible that nobody besides TYPEMOON had ever seen this side of her at school before.
ご忠告どうも。俺だってあんなことは忘れてよ。
Thanks for the concern, Psych. And for the record, it's not like I want to relive it either.
さっきその字がバカなこと言いやがるからつい思い出しちまったんだよ。
It's just when
考えてみりゃ場所まで一緒じゃねえか。
It's just when Sonoju was being an idiot earlier, it kind of reminded me of how it went down. Come to think of it, this is the room it happened in. Despite his ranting, his face betrayed a touch of nostalgia. Aoko, on the other hand, was scowling.
ちょっと待って。
Hold on.
あの話、彼にしたの？
You didn't tell him about what happened, did you?
ああ、俺がてめえになんで会長になんか立候補したのよ。あんたは副会長って顔でしょ。どう見ても。なんて挑発されて生涯最高の月をしたところまでな。
Sure did, at least. How you mocked my cadency for president and told me my face had sidekick written all over it. And the part where I took the bait and tried my damnedest to punch you for it. Aoko let out a sigh, as if relieved that TYPEMOON had not told Sojiro the rest of the story. Even she wasn't sure why.
あれは確かにびっくりするぐらいいい月だった。思わず体が反応しちゃったものね。
I'll admit, that was quite a punch though. It was enough to make me react on reflex.
ところで、私そんなこと言ったっけ？
Did I really say that, by the way?
言った。しかも俺が保健室に運ばれたのをこれ幸いと強引に副会長にしやがった。
You sure did. And not only that, after I was taken to the infirmary, you had the balls to tell me that you did me a favor by forcing me to be your number 2. Since that day, TYPEMOON has served as the vice president to the person who usurped the role from him.
いいけどな。俺に会長職は合わねえって分かったし、副会長の方が性に合ってやがる。会長なんてやってたら危うく親父みたいな野郎になってただろうしよ。
It's fine though. The president's chair doesn't suit me anyway. I feel much more at home as the vice president. Your job should have probably turned me into my dad.
プライド高い分、できることは全部やるからね、飛び丸は。
Your pride's never allowed you to give anything less than your best.
会長職に先進するあまり、気がついたら優等生になってたあんたも見たかったけど。
You might be a little too comfortable in the student council though. Makes me wonder how you would have looked as an honor student.
やめてくれ、ゾッとしね。
Don't even go there. Even thinking about it gives me the creeps.
猫かぶるのはお前だけで十分だ。
Having one wolf in sheep's clothing around here is bad enough. TYPEMOON shooed Aoko away like an annoying pest. It was a typical example of the crude verbal abuse they exchange on a daily basis, with a wittiness that only 2 long-time foes could manage.
で、
So,
なんでそんな話したのよ。
Why did you tell him?
Huh?
Tell who what?
半年前のここの事件をなんで彼に話したのよ。
Why did you have to tell him what happened between you and me?
ああ、そっちか。いや、あいつがバカなこと口走ったからなんだが。
Oh, that? I was trying to put a stop to the nonsense he was spewing, and, he stopped himself before he said any more. Oh, sorry about that. Let me restart that one there. He knew better than to let slip the fact that Sojiro had a thing for Aoko. Everyone knew guys didn't sell each other out like that, even if it was all, in truth, a misunderstanding.
それより、さっきのはないんじゃねえのか、青崎。
Anyway, what the hell was that before,
お
Aozaki?
前、宗十郎に恨みでもあんの？
That's some grudge you got against Sojiro.
7日以上前の恨みを引きずるほど私はお姫様じゃないつもりだけど。
I'm not some princess who goes around holding grudges for something that happened over a week ago, you know. He wanted to retort that she was more like a queen than a princess. But he had come to know her too well for over the past 2 years to dig himself in a hole like that.
恨みはないね。それにしちゃ、恋に喧嘩売ってただろ。なんでだ？
Okay, so why'd you pick a fight with him?
確かに調子の狂うやつだが、あいつほどいいやつはいねえだろうに。
I mean, he does throw you off when you talk to him, but there's not an evil bone in his body.
おい待て。なんだその足元のシロアリを見るかのような態度は。
Wow, why are you looking at me like you just stepped in a turd?
別にあんたまでそのセリフを言うのかって心底から見下げ果てただけよ。
No big reason. Hearing you say that, I was just thinking that I've never met such a despicable person in my life.
まあいっか。いいやつ、いい人、結構じゃない？喧嘩を売る相手としちゃ上等だわ。誰も憎んであげないなら私ぐらいそうしないとね。
Well, whatever. So he's a good guy. That makes him the perfect person to pick a fight with. If nobody else will do it, that job falls to me, right? She said casually, having regained her composure.
しないとねって、お前。
You just can't help yourself, huh? Tobimaro could not follow her reasoning at all. Tobimaro was used to Aoko's erratic trains of thought, but hating Sojiro for no reason seemed needlessly cruel. His friend's naive and innocent face came to mind, and then he blurted.
けど、宗十郎は青崎が好きなんだぜ。それでも嫌いなのか？
But Sojiro's taken a shine to you, Alzaki. How could you hate him, knowing that? Oh. Music stopped. That means she's gonna have a funny face. Probably. I have no clue. His vow of silence had lasted not even 2 minutes.
いや、今のはな、青崎。
What I meant was, he tried to take it back, but it was too late. She had heard his words loud and clear. All he could hope for now was that she would take it well.
そりゃそうでしょ。好き嫌いは誰にもあるし。
Because I like what I like and dislike what I don't like.
けどこればかりはね。彼が私と仲良くしたいって言っても、私は嫌いなんだから仕方ない。
Just because he wants to be friends doesn't mean I have to suddenly like him. Stone cold Aoko. Tobimaro found himself with the indication, at how detached Aoko was being.
いや、そんなお友達感覚の話じゃなくてだな。
Don't you get it? This isn't just about friendship.
そういう好き嫌いじゃなくて、その字は本気でお前に惚れてるって言ったんだよ。
And I didn't mean he likes you either. Believe me when I say that Sonoji really has a thing for you. Ah. That's that misunderstanding. Okay. He shouted, his face the embodiment of sincerity. Aoko gave him a blank stare. It was the face of someone who lost their wallet hours earlier and was only realizing it till now. The first instant of doubt that ushers in reality of the situation. But at an instant is all it was. Ooh, I think that's how we're gonna end it. Almost hitting, what is it, an hour? Not really an hour, but, you know, finally seeing what happened a year ago. Even though it's not the full story, I guess Tobimaro was like, yeah, I punched her. But in reality, it was more like, Nah, she actually fucked me up. So, so now there's gonna be this big misunderstanding that Sojiro likes her more than as a friend, and we're gonna see how she reacts to that next time. So, hopefully, you guys did enjoy, and if you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hopefully, you guys have a great Christmas. My name has been White Album, signing out.